Hi there, my name is Jason Stapleton, and welcome to a very special edition of the Forex Market Preview. Now, if this happens to be your first time watching the Forex Market Preview, let me tell you this is definitely not a typical weekly address. But normally what happens during the week is I come to you guys and I put out a video and I show you some of the things that I'm thinking about, some of the trades that I'm looking at, and the why behind that trade. And I've been doing the Forex Market Preview now for about 4.5 years, and every week the video comes out and the following has grown. I remember when I first started doing it, I had 10 people who I sent the email to, and that list has grown over the last 4.5 years to now encompass close to 60,000 traders who actively receive the Forex Market Preview every single week. And it has been a real blessing in my life to have the opportunity to come out every single week and to share my ideas and concepts with people and to see them respond and to hear the positive emails that come back from it. Sometimes, on occasion, we get some negative ones, but basically what I looked at was over the last 4.5 years, I've never actually gone back. You know, the purpose of the Forex Market Preview is not to give trading calls. It's not a free signal service. What it is my thoughts and ideas put out to you in video format, where I try and share with you not just the trades that I'm looking at, but the why behind those trades and why I'm looking at taking the trades that I'm looking at. And it's designed to help empower you and to help create for you a place where you can come every week and start learning the skills that normally are only taught within, you know, the halls of very professional organizations. And so, but having done that for the last 4.5 years, I realized we've never looked back. We've never actually gone back in time and looked at the last month. And what I see is when I talk with even the closest traders that I work with on a day-to-day basis, oftentimes I'll refer back to, you remember in the Forex Market Preview when I talked about this, I'll say, you know what, I really didn't have time to watch it this week. And I started thinking to myself, well, you know what, I really need to review the past month or so and kind of show people what happened over that last month to explain why it's so important, why it's so critical that you actually watch this video every week. It's free, it goes out there. And a lot of times because it's free, people assign a value to it. And they say, well, since it's free, it's not important that I watch it every week. And what I wanted to do with this Forex Market Preview as part of the special edition is really share with you why I think it's so critical that you watch this video every time it's put out. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over and show you a little bit. We're going to step back in time a little bit and show you the last 30 days or so, actually the last 24, 25 days. And then I'm going to come back and just close it out. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you get a lot out of it, and I'll talk to you again in a minute. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do is take you all the way back to the beginning of the month, and on June 6th was when I put out the first of these training or these the videos for this month, and I had 3 basic trading calls on that particular week. The first one was in New Zealand on the daily chart. The second one was in the euro, which you'll see down here in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And then the last one was the pound dollar, which is right here. All right. Now, we're not going to concern ourselves with the euro-dollar trade. The reason that we're not going to look at that is because that trade didn't actually play itself out. If you go back and watch the video, I was talking about a deep crab pattern that was going to terminate around a support level around 121.65, and I was looking for some buying opportunities there. That didn't actually happen. That trade never happened. The market reversed immediately without continuing any lower, and so basically we had no trade. The only thing I did say was that if the market came back up into 26.67, there was a selling opportunity, and we are seeing that happen right there, but I talk about that later on, so don't even worry about it. It's not that big a deal. But the first thing that I want to do is take a look at New Zealand. And the best way to take a look at New Zealand is just to, let's go ahead and I want you to take you back to June 6th, and I want to show you exactly what happened on and what I said on June 6th. So here we go. Let's hop in the time machine and head on back. So if we come in here, first thing we're going to look at is New Zealand. New Zealand, as you guys can remember, if you guys remember back a couple of weeks ago, we talked about consolidation here. The market breaks out, previous structure support, which was right in here, then becomes resistance. And the market formed another consolidating channel. Market then broke out of that. We watched it fall back down into, now we're sitting right on a support level. And look at what's happened here. Nice double bottom on the daily chart. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see some very nice bullish divergence. Market was massively oversold at the time. Then we had a nice pop last week, a little gap up. The market filled the gap, but was unable to make any lower lows. So there is an opportunity here to look for some buying opportunities as the market. We will look for the market to rally. Now, where could it potentially go? I'll draw on a Fibonacci retracement here, and let me just take the last leg kind of this move here. Now, naturally, this previous structure support level is going to be good resistance if we get back up there. But one of the things that you might watch out for here in the meantime, if you're looking for somewhat of a medium-term hold. Now, we are looking at this on the daily chart, and I try and do things on higher time frame charts just so you have a chance to take advantage of it. But I am going to show you this right at the 382, looking at 7800s, okay? Not only do I have a 382 retracement, but also look back here, previous structure resistance. And back here, even again, previous structure support, and then again, previous structure resistance. So a very nice area here of structure and Fibonacci lining up together. And so when we look at markets going oversold, then we get the double bottom, bullish divergence right along structure. Looking for that rally back up into at least a 382 is, not unreasonable here. And we'd be looking at a move from about 7,500, which is where we're at right now, to about 7,800. So a very nice 300 pip move there that you could take advantage of. Okay, and so now let's take a look at what actually happened there. Well, it turns out that the market did exactly what we thought it was going to do. We came all the way back down, right off those bottoms at about 7,500 is where the market was sitting, and I identified that resistance level, if we're looking left here, the resistance level coming in there about 7,800s. So I said, 7,500s, 7,800s, about a 300 pip move to those initial targets. And as you can see, guys, this was actually really a no-pain trade. The market went literally or virtually straight up. Not literally, with a couple of candles in there, but virtually straight up with just a couple of down days. And this ended up being a really nice trade. So we started off on June 6th, now here it is. This is going to be the probably 24th or 25th when this video comes out. I don't know. My math isn't. I'm not that good at math, but I can calculate that this was a 300 pip winner, and this was basically an absolutely no pain trade. And so this was actually a really nice one that pretty clear direction there of what I was looking at. But the most important thing here is not that this was the right or wrong, or that, hey, this is not designed to be a trade. I'm not designed to put out trading calls here. What we're trying to do is I'm trying to give you insight, and I'm trying to let you know what I'm thinking and why I'm thinking it. And if when you watch that replay, one of the things I said was, take a look at the double bottom support, at the bullish divergence, look left, identify the structure, and I'm trying to show you all of the things that I'm looking at that are providing you insights into how I'm thinking about the market and what I'm looking for. And then telling you, I think this is going to be a pretty good place to get long, a pretty good place to get short. This is what I think is going to happen. It was kind of frustrating. I will tell you. The reason that I decided to do this video was I got an email. I put out this. The headline for this was "All signs point to a falling dollar," meaning I thought the dollar had been overbought, and I thought that we would see a rally in things like the euro, in New Zealand, in the pound. I felt like all of those looked like they were going to be rallying because, the dollar was just in a good position. It was up against these support levels, and we were going to be looking at at the very minimum, a relief rally. And I got a couple of emails. One of them, was calling me stupid, and another one said, hey, why don't you stop giving bad advice to traders who don't know any better? And I get those kind of emails all the time, and that's just, as I said in my email to you guys, that's part of doing what I do, and I've learned to accept that and deal with that, and it's okay. That doesn't bother me. But when I was looking at that, I said, we haven't done a review. We don't look back in time. We look forward. We don't waste time doing this because it's unnecessary. It's not beneficial for me to look back in time and show, oh, look at how right we were, or look at how we got this one wrong, or whatever the case may be. The reason that the Forex market preview is there is for you to learn about what's happening now, for you to get insights on the market today, not tomorrow, not looking back in time and analyzing things, in post, but analyzing it now and getting the real-time information, stuff that's going to empower your life and empower your trading. And this is just one example of, hey, if you actually do go back in time, that's why it's so critical that you watch these videos, because they pay off. Not only are you getting great trading opportunities, setups, and great winners, but you're learning the why behind that trade, which is, our mission and our passion here is changing people's lives, of creating consistently profitable traders. And the only way that I'm able to do that is by putting these out every single day or every single week and trying to explain to you guys what I'm thinking about and what I'm doing. So let's take a look at the other trading call I made, which was the pound dollar, and we'll do the same thing. Let's just go back to the film. Let's go back to the tape. You guys can watch the tape, and then we'll come back and look at how it turned out. Guys, the dollar has been oversold overbought for quite a while now. So it's really, the natural ebb and flow of the market says that, barring some sort of massive, destruction of the Eurozone or massive international catastrophe that may happen that we're not aware of or that's not, impending, we should see this market rally just because it's going to have to take a breath. Markets very rarely do this. If you can look back on the daily chart here, I mean, how often does this happen where you just see a wave of red candles down? It's very rare. Normally you get a little bit of chop in there. You've got another really nice leg down here. But very few times does the market just show this massive red move without some sort of rally in here. So what I'm saying and what I'm getting at here is that this is going to be a nice area to look for a potential long opportunity. It's going to be very low risk because you've got this beautiful shelf here to kind of gauge it off of. And so if you guys are looking for a nice correction, that's probably going to be it. Now, okay, and meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's just go ahead and, again, see what happened. The market came in. We were at that low, around those 154 areas, and looking for those 156.60s. You look left, the structure's there, and we've got kind of a wide area for structure here. And this is what, kind of pinpointing this becomes, I have specific ways that I define it. But for this one, you're really looking at an area that's about like this. This is kind of the area that you're gunning for in terms of where potential resistance would probably come in at. We had it marked a little bit higher around right here, which is fine. And as you can see, the market pulling all the way back up right into that zone and then finding some resistance. And if we actually adjust this top line to where that market found resistance and you look left, you're going to see that resistance level right there. It was the same thing that we were looking left for. And guys, look left. Structure leaves clues. Structure will tell you where the market was going to go, where it's likely to find that resistance area. And if I draw that Fibonacci in, just like I did back at the beginning of the month, you're going to see that 382 coming in right along resistance. And again, this yielded, on the daily chart here, yielded, what is that? It's 54, 56, 60s, 200 and, let me see, 260 pips. Let's just say 250 for the sake of argument. Whoops, good grief, I did it right. All right. And let's make it a little bit bigger. So we like to make our winners look big. So 250 pips on that, another 300 pips, 550 pips for for the January 6th calls. Just a great set of calls, and really, really no pain trading here. We didn't have any issues that we ran into. Not so much the case for last week's video, which is a little bit different. And let's go ahead and talk a little bit about that, and then I'll come back in and close it out. All right, now last but not least, I want to take a look at last week. And last week I had two calls. I actually showed you last week the trades that I was involved with and where my stops were and where my targets were. And I wanted to go ahead and review those two trades with you today and just show you exactly how we did. The first one is pound yen. Now, if you guys will remember back to last week, I'm not going to do another back and forth because it's, I think I've illustrated my point there. But we actually, although it's not showing up here now, we had a gap up that occurred where there was a resistance level here. I'll just draw it in. And then the market gapped up and continued to rally off of that resistance level. Let me go out to the 4-hour chart because that's actually where we need to be to show you that. And that gap, the gap is right there. So you can see, hang on. You can see the resistance level that occurred right here, and then, of course, there was a gap. We didn't gap above the resistance level, but we gapped, and then we immediately closed above the resistance level. So what I did was I waited for the market to come back down into and fill that gap. And we were talking about, I will trade gap fills, but I didn't want to trade in this case because of the structure that was broken. But I waited for the gap to actually fill, and then I took the long position. We ended up hitting target 1. Target 1 was good for about 207 pips. So if I go ahead and bang out, target 1 was good for 207 pips. And we now are looking for target 2, and we've rolled our stops to protect about 97 pips of profit on target 2. So for target 2, we have at least 97 pips. Which, again, not bad. And, we could see a reversal here. We've got, stops underneath the last swing low here. And now we're just waiting to see if the market will come up here. Our next target is actually up at 127.60, so we've got a little ways to go on that. But certainly this market has room to run. It's done exactly what we expected it to do, and it's going to yield us a really nice return. If we want to actually know, because I traded a standard lot on this, so if we actually want to know, we bring up our calculator over how many net pips we made on this, all we need to do is put 207 plus 97 equals 304, and we divide that by 2 because we had, 2 targets, of course. So that's a total net profit of 152 pips. Okay, so let me just net that out. Whoops. Net of 152 pips. Now, this wasn't the only trade that we had last week. We also had the Euro trade. And the Euro trade, we did the exact same thing. It was the exact same setup. We had the gap up. The market pulled back. I ended up getting long right at that gap fill. Market went against me initially, then rallied, double topped in here. I ended up rolling my stops to just below this swing low here. So my stops were resting here at about 125.44, and I ended up getting taken out at, basically on my protective stops, on my trailing stop, for about 100 pip loss. I think it was 96 pips once I calculated it all out. And again, 96 pips times 2 is a 96 pip loss in total. And so if you want to factor up what the calls that we made or what I showed you last week actually produced me in profit, you're talking about 152 pips for the pound yen trade, and then you're going to subtract 97 pips for the losses that we had on the euro, and that, of course, equals 55 pips. I guess I shouldn't have gotten rid of that. So we had a net for the week of about 55 pips. Now, not awesome. It's not an awesome trading week. But hey, you know what? It was a couple of trades, traded the plan consistently, and when you compare that to the actual numbers from the rest of the month, man, it turned out to be not so bad of a month so far. Well, there you have it. And I hope that this has been a valuable use of the Forex Market Preview. We won't be doing this again anytime soon. But the big takeaway from this is, I don't want you to, this video was not designed to say, oh, well, look at how much money people make who watch this video, or look at how much opportunity is out there. You know, this month's about, 600 pips or so, once you tally it up so far, of opportunity that was in the market that we presented there, or that I presented in the video. Sometimes it's more than that, sometimes it's a lot less. Sometimes I get it really right, and sometimes I get it wrong. The really big takeaway, and the thing that I want you to really dwell on as you go out throughout the rest of the week is, what you're looking for in your trading and what you want for your life is to be free of whatever it is that's holding you back. You want the freedom to live your own life. You want the freedom to be able to go where you want to go, and live the kind of lifestyle that you want to live, and be able to provide for your children and provide for your families. And our goal, my mission that started 5 years ago, when I started putting out the first videos, and 4.5 years ago when I started the Forex Market Preview, was to empower you to have the ability to do that, to start teaching you the things and start showing you the things that I'd learned over the course of the last almost 10 years of doing this, and to help speed up the process and take you from where you are now to where you want to go, where you want to be, faster than you ever thought possible. And yeah, we've got lots of other stuff in programs, and we've got lots of things that, courses that you can get into, and live trading rooms, but it all was built around the foundation of the Forex Market Preview. That happened first. And it happened because I have a core belief about the why behind what I do. And what I do is build consistently profitable traders so that they can change their life and they can start living the type of life that they've always wanted to live. And the Forex Market Preview is not a product. It's the byproduct of what I want to create and what I've been trying to do for the past, now 5 years. So, I thank you guys so much. This is really, as much as it is kind of a plea to you to, hey, when the video comes out, watch it. It's also a thank you to say, I really appreciate you coming here every week. I appreciate the fact that you're diligent, and the fact that you want to change your life. And I understand where you're at because I've been there. And if you guys have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, if there's anything that you need, if you want me to cover something different, if there's something you didn't understand, send me an email. We have an entire support team that is there to support you and to help you achieve your goals and achieve the type of life that you want. And so thank you so much. Until next time, good luck and good trading. Live abundant, and I'll talk to you soon.